We are live. Good evening, everybody. Hello to everyone who comes by this evening. And hello to everyone who may or may not, for whatever your reasons, watch and or listen to the replay. Good evening. We'll be doing this evening. First, we're going to hang back and chill out a little bit and see who comes on by. Hadley's got firsties. Hi, Hadley. Good to see you. I decided to put some of my favorite flowers out. Hadley, the Roland flower. This is the Indigo Chakra flower. This is the flower I did in Cincinnati at the bus station and colored in Nashville. The green flower, that belongs to somebody who's recently expressed interest. This one is the Billy flower that I did for Billy last year. And this one is the flower I did while I was in the hospital having my heart issues last year. So we got a bunch of flowers here tonight. And this is the flower I got in Tennessee. Having lunch with some people I love and care about. Hello, Bobby. Hello again, Jim Adams. Hi, Jim Adams. Are you all right? Everybody, Jim Adams went through an earthquake today in Utah. Are you okay, Jim? How's mother? Is mother okay? What's going on, Jim Adams? Give us the report. How are you doing, Jim Adams? Are you all right? How's mother? Hey, everybody. Which flower? The big green flower? Aftershocks all day. Seems to be calming down now. Well, good, good. We're glad you're okay. We're keeping you and your family in prayer, Jim. I'm glad you're all right. Oh, Hadley, that is very sweet of you to say. I don't believe a word of it, but thank you all the same. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Come on in, take a seat, have a drink, have a smoke, have a snack, have something. Oh, this one. I drew it out in pen at the bus station in Cincinnati when I went to go see Mr. Jones in November, and then I colored it in a live stream in my motel room in Nashville. It's a beautiful one, isn't it? That has a lot of happy in that one. These all have happy vibes in them. Even the one that I did while I was in the hospital, because I was still able to be with all of you in a live stream, even while I was in the hospital. Okay, Mr. Brentar, I guess we're not going to have Super Jim tonight. We just had it for a short moment. But Jim Brentar, thank you for being here. Lots of love to you and Mary Kay. How's everybody doing? Is everybody hanging in there? Yes, Jim. Continued prayers for you and for Mary Kay. You're going to be all right, Jim. Yes, friends are beautiful. Thank you for coming this way. I hope everybody's doing well. Cousin Margie! Hi, Cousin Margie. How are you, honey? Good to see you. Cousin Margie. I still can't get over how much Angel Bulldog and Cousin Margie sound alike on the phone. They do. They do. They both have beautiful voices. Rich, deep voices with that southern little bit to it. Ooh, it's so nice. They could just talk and talk. I've always had a thing for those southern accents. Well, no matter what's going on outside, and even under quarantine and curfew, for the time being, we're still allowed to be here together, and that's a beautiful thing, and that's something to be grateful for. I'm grateful for it, and I hope you are too. We're not to store up earthly treasures in this life. One another, we're each other's treasures in this life and the next. Thank you, everybody, for being here. As always, I can encourage everyone to do their own research as to what's going on. Find out facts for yourself from independent sources and make wise, calm decisions. And continue to help those in need, no matter what kind of news is being spread. Say no to social distancing. Again, take all the precautions you want to. I don't think you need to. There's still no reason to reach out and help your fellow man. That's always the right thing to do. And you don't have to be of a certain faith to do that, do you? I've got the watercolor pencils here, so maybe we'll have some fun putting some color down. And who knows, maybe we'll do a flower of hope amidst all the darkness going on here on this watercolor paper. Let's hang out a bit longer and see if anybody else comes to join us, and then soon we will get started. Jim, I'm so glad you're okay. Oh my goodness, as soon as I heard about that earthquake. Oh, as if there isn't enough to be concerned about. Worrying doesn't do anybody any good, by the way. If you got time to worry, you got time to pray, and you've got time to act and do something positive. Worrying is a negative and gets you nowhere. You can show concern without worrying. It's important to be supportive of each other in as many ways possible. And while this YouTube stuff doesn't really mean anything, it's nice to reach out and show love and support anyway, especially when things are going on in the world around us. We can certainly do a lot better and do right by people right here on the tubes. The two channels I am shouting out this week are Jim Adams. And Jim, if you want to throw your link out there, or if one of the mods want to throw Jim's link out there, please do. And the other channel I'm supporting this week, somebody who paid a visit to Nest Studios here recently, our good friend Tim, Breaking the Shell. If someone can please put up Tim's link to Breaking the Shell, please do so. Thank you. If any of the mods wish to share my other links, go right ahead. It's not a requirement. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you. I bet, Mr. Adams. I bet. But you got through it, didn't you, Jim? You're still here. And you're still able to be here with us. And I'm very grateful. We're 10 minutes in. Almost 11. Let's get started. I'm glad you're here, Jim. I was upset when I heard about the earthquake, sir. We get protective of our friends and our loved ones, don't we? That's good. Don't stop being protective of your friends and your loved ones. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing every good thing that your conscience tells you to do. Studio Geek 32, hello, Sammy. Hi, we're getting ready to start our drawing. I'm not sure what I'm going to draw. I'm doing great, Studio Geek. How are you? Hi, Sammy. We're just getting ready to... I gotta get my pencil sharpener. Start drawing. I think we could all use some beautiful color. As soon as I can find my beautiful pencil sharpener. Fool me not. Hello, fool me not. Wow, did you miss a live stream earlier, sir? Well, you were there for part of it, weren't you? Whew. Lord have mercy. Oh, goodness. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. Oh, it was, wow. Check out that replay, fool me not. Check out that replay. Yeah, it was a good time, fool me not. And I thank everybody who showed up earlier to my afternoon stream. Thank you, Sammy, and you too. You too, Sammy. Don't you worry about a thing, Sammy, with all the stuff going on in the world, and don't listen to the mainstream media and the voices that are telling people to turn their backs on people. That's never the right thing, Sammy. I think you know that. You're a smart young man. Sometimes, Sammy, yes. Sometimes I do a coffee talk, and that can be any time I want to, from 9, 10 in the morning to maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon. Just depends. When it feels right, I go on, Sammy. When the time is right. Since blue's my favorite color, I think we'll just do a celebration of beautiful blues and maybe a few greens and do a beautiful abstract. I just want to convey some peace and tranquility amidst the chaos. And sometimes abstract is one of the best ways to just simply express a vibe or a thought or a feeling or an emotion. Oh, it wasn't that bad, fool me not. One I got rid of myself and one I let stay. One that keeps coming back. you see a barracuda. Okay, there's no barracudas going on here. But we are going to put some beautiful color down and try to put our happy into this abstract. These are watercolor pencils. So sometimes we add water and make those colors pop. Sometimes they stand alone. So who knows what this might be. But I'm getting the feeling I'll have to get the water out and make these colors pop. That's okay. We like doing that. Let's lay some of that down. I've got to stop and sharpen as I go. I didn't sharpen these earlier. I simply didn't get to that. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. And we will probably segue into a chill stream tonight, unless I get the feeling or the vibe that I need to wait and do that a little bit later. But I like how it's been going, just going from the art stream to the chill evening stream. I guess we'll just see. Chilling with the peeps, that's right. Blues. Hi, everybody. Hi. There we are. I'm having that continued problem where I sharpen my pencil and the lead is just starting to break a little too easily. And I don't know why that is. That means I have to stop and sharpen it again. Cousin Margie was here. Margie! Where you at, honey? Yeah, peeps is kind of the thing, isn't it? Let's get another pencil sharpened here. That's not the one I want. I feel like Bobby looking at it and going, that's not what I want. How you doing, Bobby? I'm watching the mailbox, Bobby. Let's add a little bit of contrast in here. It's rarely what you want. I hear you, Bobby. It's rarely what you want. Well, that's okay. Pardon me a minute. I've got pencils everywhere. And every one I want. Okay. How's that one song go, Bobby? A million spoons and all you need is a knife, you know. I've been there. I was looking for a fork today and I found everything but. Forks have seemed to grown legs and walked away somewhere. I don't know. Now that little bit of black in there will darken up this blue and green in the middle just a little bit when we put water on it. I think we will put water on this. I think it calls for it. But we got to lay down that color first. Just like Blind View says a little bit, layer by layer. He's right about that. And I hope he's doing well too. Hi, Blind Views, if you're listening. I love you. Lurkers Lounge. I don't know. I don't think we have that many people in the Lurking Lounge tonight. I'm sorry, I have to stop and sharpen. Okay, yeah, I can't do that while I'm online, buddy. I'm not surprised at anybody hoarding anything, you know. Let's get some nice richness in here. Remember to calmly assess what you do have, assess what you don't have as far as emergency supplies are concerned, and in a calm fashion while you can, acquire what you need. And if you see other people with things that they need, and you have extra, you have the ability to help them acquire some things, please do. We need each other now more than ever. Oh, for crying out loud. I'm just having a pickle of a time here, okay. When blue and green combine, it's magical, isn't it? They flow together. And they appear next to each other in the rainbow and the spectrum. Keep it real. Hello, come on in. Hi there. Bobby Hadley's on Messenger, so if you want to communicate more with Hadley. Well, that certainly could happen. People had a mind to. Oh, Richie had a good stream. I didn't even know he had a stream right now because I'm doing this. He's bothered right now. Well, yeah, I mean, he's been talking about all this for years, so he's going to be a little bit upset. He wouldn't be Richie if he wasn't. Trading weed for food and water, yeah. I wish I had some smoke right now. I am out. But perhaps that might change. If I need it, I'll end up having it one way or another. I don't doubt that. You start eating your weed, there you go. Oh, well, he's upset, you know, he cares, you know, he really does care. I know, But that's part of the tribulation, is watching most people fall for something. That's the biggest tragedy right there. Jim Adams, you are my friend, you are my mod, and you're my brother in the Lord. If you feel the need to share a link, share that link. And that goes for any of my mods. If you have a positive channel you wish to support, if there's a channel out there you wish to shout out and post a link to, by all means, do it. Don't listen to the hype and propaganda that so many people are falling for. It's always appropriate to help those in need. Thank you, Jim. Is that a channel that's positive and helping people right now? Tell us about that channel, Jim. What's it all about? For those of us who don't know. Oh, the guy who's running for sheriff? This is... Well, good. Thank you, Jim Adams. Is that who Richie had on, the guy who's running for sheriff? Yeah, he's a good guy. Well, Jim, you want to tell people more about that channel? Go right ahead. We want to point out safe places on the tubes to go to, safe channels, positive channels that offer encouragement, that offer help, that are peaceful places to be. Lord knows we've had enough of the negative from so many sources, but we needn't give them any attention. They've had enough, more than enough. They need to shut up and sit back and let some positive channels have at it. Especially now. Especially now. I think you show yourself to be extra evil and extra sadistic if you're still carrying on being hateful even now. I mean, how far gone are you? You demonstrate that to the world with every bit of hate you put forward, especially in the time of crisis. So don't do that. And don't support people who do that. It's okay to say no to things that need said no to. I'm live, Stoner. That's okay, keep it real. We're just doing an abstract tonight with blues and greens. We're not rendering anything to represent anything. We're just expressing some feelings and some positive vibes with an abstract piece tonight. And we're doing it with watercolor pencil, and we will be adding water to this to make those colors pop and blend. But first things first, we must put our love and our feelings and good positive into the colors going onto this paper. I think it's going to be beautiful. This time, no, we're not rendering anything specific. We're just expressing ourselves and putting those good vibes down on the paper. You want to keep it real, keep it real. It's as real as it's going to get, baby. That's what it's all about tonight. I do enjoy abstract art. I've got emergency nose spray and emergency eye drops, just in case. I haven't opened either one yet, but they are tucked away. And I've got tea tree oil, which is also a good thing to have in your first aid kit, as well as your toiletries. Good for so many things. Richie uses nose spray. He's a firm believer in nose spray, is Richie. You can't have too much nose spray, Bobby. Bobby, there you go. Hoard some nose spray, and then people will be wanting that nose spray. I say thank God for nose spray. People say all manner of things about it, but you know what? It works. And I'd rather have it handy and when I need it than to be without. Being without nose spray when you need it is as bad as being in a bad relationship. I'm telling you what, man. When you can't breathe, come on. That sucks. There, this is getting nice and rich. That's what we want. Lots of rich, rich color. Lots of richness in here. Yeah, we love our nose spray. So does Richie. Richie loves the nose spray. That's okay. I didn't even know Richie went live. My goodness. Was it on RFB or RFB2? It has been a long day, Jim. You poor man. Oh, I love you, Jim. I'm so glad you're okay. Oh. Mark had a stream earlier. I was allowed to be there. It was a nice, pleasant stream. Not too long. It was before Stoner went live. It was a step in a positive direction. So I'm thankful for that. And I think he is too. I hope he is. I can only speak for myself. Oh, those are richening up. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you, Hadley. It was on our FB. Well, then, you know. Oh, thank you, Hadley. Is Mother okay, Jim Adams? Is your mother all right? I don't remember if you answered me on that or not. Begging pardon. I'm just an old lady. Old. Ask Bobby, she'll tell you. See? There you go. That's true. Very true. You heard it first from me and then from Bobby. She's okay? Good, Jim Adams, good. I was thinking of your mother and continue to pray for her and your family there. Keep checking up on them, Jim. Don't let anybody tell you not to go check up on people. You do what you do. God will bless you more and protect you more if you go forth and do what you're supposed to do. Keep an eye on people and help people out than cowering and hiding and living in fear and not going around anybody. Like I'm saying, if you feel you need to wear protection, please do. There's no harm in that. I'm just saying, don't let anything and anyone ever stop any of you for helping someone in need. Not ever. Helping them is always the right thing. You can leave groceries on someone's doorstep without coming into direct contact. You know, there's just one of many ways that you can do that. I do, but then look who I was brought up with, Bobby. I mean, come on. When you're raised by old people, you tend to have old people food. Now, isn't that true? Ooh, these are richening up so nicely. I can't wait to put water on this. love how this is richening up. All joy from the good streams I got to be a part of today. I can't say Bill Naps was ever something I really enjoyed. Um, that's one that's right up there with Bob Evans and things like that. I mean, it's all right, but that's not one of my favorite places, Bobby. That's right, Hadley. Well, Hadley, you're so sweet. Thank you. Look at those colors richening up. Blues and greens are so beautiful together. They bring harmony. They speak of nature and the organic. They speak of life, of vitality and growth. And renewal. Even when things seem dead or have been laying dormant. There's life in blue and green. There's life in all the colors, really. Blue and green. That's earth, that's water, that's the sky as it's supposed to be. Two colors in harmony. I kind of like it just the way it is. Hadley, we're using watercolor paper because these are watercolor pencils, and I will be putting water on this. We're going to take a little break, and then I will go get the water. And before we get done with having fun with our art tonight, which I am having fun, by the way, then we will put some water on that and make those colors pop. But it's 38 minutes in. I'm going to take a little break and hang out with all of you. Just look at those happy, happy colors. Thank you for being here, Hadley. Once again, let's take a little tour. And I'll show you some of the flowers from the last year or so. This one is for Roland. That was done last summer. There's Bobby's indigo chakra flower. This flower here, I did the drawing of it in the bus station in Cincinnati, and I did the coloring in a live stream in my motel room in Nashville in November. This green one has been claimed and will be purchased by somebody who's interested. Thank you for listening, Hadley. This is the blue flower I did for Billy last summer. And this flower here is one I did when I was in the hospital every night when I was live streaming in the cardiac unit. And this one came from the restaurant that I had lunch with Emperor Jeffrey and Mr. Jones when I visited last November. So an assortment of flowers from different periods of time. From different periods of time in my life. All good ones. Every one of those flowers has good and happy into it. And that won't change. I am loving that blue and green. Part of me wants to keep it as is, but I really want those colors to pop. I layered a lot of color on there, and I'm looking forward to getting the water here in a few and popping them out for you. Some things went pop today, that's for sure. But in a good way. Thank you all for joining me. Yeah, those are Sully colors, aren't they? Well, they're happy colors. Because despite everything, it was still a good day. Better than expected, to be quite honest. I've gotten more comfortable with doing the abstract than I used to be. That was never one of my favorite mediums, and it kind of takes me out of my comfort zone. But I think I've made progress, and I really do enjoy expressing myself and having fun with my art in that way, more than I used to. Okay, Bobby. I didn't know if Gavin still had work or not, given everything, you know? Or if what are they going to do at Menards, Bobby? Are they going to plan on laying you guys off, or are they still wanting you to come in? Is it, well then, Bobby, just like the rest of us, all we can do is take things one day at a time. And that's all we're given. That's all we're promised, is right here, right now. And you never know if that might change, Bobby. Is there a curfew established where you're at, Bobby? Is there one in Michigan? Is there one in Clio? I know, Bobby. Do you guys have curfew there? In fact, how many of you live in a place where there's a curfew enforced? Expect to see the United Nations troops and National Guard troops. Either or both. I wish I could tell you that wasn't true, but just don't be surprised. And don't be afraid. And she's got a beautiful family, Hadley. She's got beautiful children. Her daughter's a married woman. And she lives with her son. Beautiful children from a beautiful lady. Doesn't seem so long ago when they were just babies. We're 44 minutes in. Thank you for being here. That's right, fool me not. Nothing to fear, no fear. Hashtag no fear. Spread that around. Hashtag no fear. We'll make that one of my things. Both at the same time, eh, Sean? I kind of know the feeling. That kind of changes on any given moment. And thank you for my digital red rose. Hashtag no fear. That's right. Spread that one around everywhere you go. Hashtag no fear. Do that for old Nez, would you? Spread it round. Thank you very much. I'm starting to leave it in every comment section and posting it in every chat. That's my choice. And if you choose to do that, well, God bless you. Thank you. That's a message that's worth spreading. Short and to the point. Hashtag no fear. Because fear is what's trying to be cultivated here on all over the world. Take no part of it. Yes, pray for those people who are still working those kind of jobs because they have to deal with people. Thank you, fool me not. That'd be right nice of you. That's the message that needs spread right now. Hashtag no fear. Everywhere you go, every comment section, every chat, every video that you might make. Throw that in there for me, would you? Like I said, that's a message worth spreading. Fool me not, I want you to do what the good Lord wants you to do. If he wants you to make a video with that, go for it. What I want is inconsequential. What any of us want is inconsequential. What's supposed to be, what God wants, is what matters. I'm going to go grab my water and my brushes, and we're going to make these colors pop. Please pardon me. If you guys blink off, I'll bring you back, okay? Hold down the fort. I'll be right back. Are you guys still there? I hope so. There's our water. Thank you, Hadley. Thank you so much. And thank you, Fumina. Whatever you feel like doing, sir. Fool me not, if you want to. Like I said, whatever the good Lord wants you to do, fool me not, go for it. I love you, I trust you. You're my brother in the Lord and my friend. So you do what you need to do. You have my permission, fool me not, if that's what you're asking. In fact, anybody who wants to make a video about the fool me not, or about the hashtag no fear, you can mention my name, that's fine. All right. Thank you, fool me not. If you want to post a link to my channel in that video, you're more than welcome, in case people want to come and see. More discussion on having no fear. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Be sure to check out this old stoner. He went live earlier and had fun with his art. Whose idea is not important? The idea itself is important. So do as you feel led to, fool me not, and Hadley and anybody else who wishes to do that. Spread that message far and wide to have no fear. Again, as you feel led to do, fool me not. You don't need to do anything fancy to get the message out. I already got a title for this, but I'll give it to you after I'm done. I hear you, Stoner. Same here. I'm trying my best to hang on until I'm blessed with more of that. And I'm not afraid of that either. I'm sure if I'm supposed to have it, it will be here. One way or another. Just expressing hope and love and joy and calm But the blues and greens seem to be what was needed tonight. Yeah, the old weed fairy doesn't stop by stoners, huh? Like I said, maybe if you leave a pack of papers under your pillow, stoner, maybe the weed fairy will come. It's worth a try, right, stoner? That's true, Bobby. That's true. That's absolutely true. I'll ask that weed fairy right now if they're listening. You just send it this way. Send it right this way. Use that fake address and send it this way. Fake return address. I mean, not a fake address to me. Make sure it gets to my address. Oh, it's smoothing out and looking beautiful. A blending of two energies in a harmonious, peaceful way. And there we are. This one is simply entitled Thank You. As a special thank you to someone who made a peaceful gesture today. This one's for them. Well, it's not, cheap, Hadley. It's good Strathmore art paper, and there's many different kinds of papers for many different kinds of mediums. And when you're dealing with wet mediums, especially watercolor, it's got to be the appropriate paper. It's a little thicker and heavier than regular drawing paper. It's got a little more density to it. Well, there you go. There's our thank you abstract to Mr. Jones, who had a peaceful stream today. This one's for him. A peaceful gesture in exchange for a peaceful gesture. I think that's appropriate. My favorite color is blue, and his is green. And today there was harmony enough to be in the same place at the same time, in a peaceful way. I say that's worth recognizing and acknowledging. So there's that. As Richie would say. Oh, those colors are so beautiful, aren't they? We're 54 minutes in. And we had fun with our art, as is tradition. Very soothing, yes. Very soothing indeed. I guess the only thing left is to sign it now. Let's do that. For legal reasons, this is my signature. It does look like marble, doesn't it? There is beauty amidst the ugliness. Don't forget that. All the more reason to have fun with our art every day, no matter what goes on. Thank you for joining me, for having fun with our art. If you need to move on, I won't love you any less if you gotta go. Thank you for joining. But we're going to segue into a chill stream. And if you can hang out for a while in a chill, peaceful atmosphere, and if you want to talk about things, we can talk about things. Yes, Bobby, it would make a lovely backdrop. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. And for those of you who need to get going, remember to love one another even when times get tough. Why, even today, something that seemed impossible certainly happened in front of God and everyone. That's answered prayer. So hang in there. If there's love there, it's going to show. So you might as well let it show. Oh, Hadley, I'll be doing it every day as long as I have breath in my body and the capability to do so. But for tonight, this is our art that we've had fun with. Remember to pray for one another now more than ever. Look around you. You tell me, is it time to start praying yet? I'd kind of say it. Yes, it is. Prayer is nothing more than conversation with God. He wants you to talk to him. So talk to him. And you can tell God whatever you want. You don't have to be politically correct when you're speaking to the Almighty. He knows who you are, and he wants to hear from you. Thank you, Stoner. Thank you for being here. I love you, Mike. You hang in there and be safe, and I'll say a little extra prayer, and so hopefully we'll both have our medication soon, sir. I love you, Stoner. God willing, we'll see you soon. Beautiful stream, by the way, Stoner. Thank you. Remember to forgive one another all the way around. Nobody needs to carry unforgiveness in their heart. It's not good. That's a poison. Get rid of it. We've got a lot bigger fish to fry than to hold grudges against one another. Stoner, as long as you're talking to him, that's all that matters. And I'm glad you are. Jesus loves you, Stoner, and so do I. You bet. You were made very special, Stoner, and I'm very blessed that you're a part of my life. I'm very grateful. I love you, Stoner. Pray on. And don't forget to find your love victim for tonight. Now more than ever, it's very important to tell people that you love them. And do it with your words. Don't half-ass it. Don't cop out. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Doesn't take long. Doesn't cost you anything. But do it. Thank you for being here. Let's turn the light out. And turn the pretty blue speakers on. Now, sad to say, I do not have any more batteries tonight for my plasma ball. But that's okay. We can just chill out in the glow of the speakers. Nothing wrong with that. And just chill and relax and hang out. Well, thank you, Hadley. If you need to go, like I said, I won't love you any less if you got to get out of here. If you can hang out with us for a little while and be chill, let's have us a little... It's the storm. How about that? A little shelter. A little peace. We all can use that. It kind of looks neat in that light, too, doesn't it? Well, White Wolf, hello. Good to see you. Come on in. We've just finished having fun with our art. I did a blue and green abstract. And now we're just chilling out. How you doing, White Wolf? Okay, Hadley. Yep, hashtag no fear. That's right. Put that hashtag no fear in every comment section and every live stream chat. And if you make videos, throw it out there. Spread it around. Let's see it become a thing. That's a message that needs spread far and wide right now. Hashtag no fear. Bored? Well, there's always something to do. You're the taco man. You are the taco man, Stoner. Nobody's disputing that. Thank you, one and all, for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Again, if there's things going on where you're at that you want to talk about, if you have any questions, concerns, if you want to shout out channels that are being positive, especially right now, go right ahead and shout them out. If you know of any resources or helpful sites or channels to go to in this time, something that will help somebody in need, go ahead and share those pieces of information out. This is also the time to network with one another. Find ways to communicate with people you've come to know and love online, and take that off the tubes. Communicate with email or private message. Something that doesn't compromise your safety or your privacy, but still allows you the freedom to communicate privately and individually with people that you'd like to get to know more. Enjoy and appreciate the time and the convenience we have in doing that and communicating that way while we have it. Enjoy everything you have while you have it. Jim Adams, oh, I love you, honey. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're okay. Jim, I'll check in with you tomorrow and see how you're doing, okay? If you need to reach out and holler at me, you go right ahead. And if you have any news to report from where you're at, Jim Adams, you just go ahead and let me know it. Everyone say good evening to the other half of Super Jim. Mr. I survived a 5.4, I believe. Isn't that what it was, Jim? Earthquake. Keep on praying for Jim Adams and show him some love and support. Thank you, Jim Adams. Good night, Jim. I love you. We just... Well, that's very nice, White Wolf. Now, reach out to one another. Don't listen to the voices that are telling you to turn your back on people. That's evil. The right thing to do is to help one another. If you've got the means to do so, then please do it. I'm not asking you to deny, your family or your children or anything. I'm just saying, if you're blessed enough that you are able to help people out and bless them right now, please do. If there's an elderly person or a couple that lives not far from you and nobody really pays them much attention, for heaven's sake, pay them some attention. Find out if they're okay. Find out if they need anything. And if their needs are more than what you can meet, spread the word. Help will come from somewhere, as long as people know about it. Bobby's guarding her Pepsi. Well, Bobby, the day may come where you don't have any Pepsi anymore. Whatever will you do? But until then, enjoy each one you've got. Remember to have those items ready for bartering and trading. Pick up those extra cigarettes. Pick up those ways to have a fire. Pick up... people will want batteries, but eventually, batteries run out. Liquor. Pot. Prescription medication. Comfort items like candy and chocolate. Things that people are going to miss that they can't just readily go out and get like they used to be able to. That's the kind of things you want to have handy. Because, you never know who's going to come your way or who you're going to come across that may have something you need. And you may not have the convenience and the freedom or the availability to get what you need at the store. So, have a way to acquire some things without money. And then you'll come through it, Bobby, and you'll still be there. You're not going to die. You're not going to have the DTs from Pepsi and then go into some kind of shock. You're going to be all right. Who knows, Bobby? Maybe after all is said and done, you won't want Pepsi anymore. Imagine that. None of us want to risk finding out what we can and can't live without, but sometimes life puts us right there. And I think that's where we're all headed, is to find out how much we can survive and how much we can help each other survive, despite the adversity. And there's a lot of it. So it's been a good day. When I say that, I don't mean necessarily the world outside with all the craziness going on, but a good day in as much as I've got to be at home safe with my daughter. And my son hopefully is safe where he's at. I sent him a message and I'm waiting to hear back. And I got to have some time to be live streaming and be with all of you who were there for the streams earlier and the one stream earlier and for here tonight. Thank you. Hashtag no fear. That's right. Spread it round. Say it loud, say it proud. Don't be distracted. Pay attention, There's too many things that are distracting people from what's important. Exactly, Bobby. All the more reason to have no fear. Remain calm. Do what you can and the best you can with what you've got where you're at. And again, I can't stress enough how much it disgusts me to see the message being spread about social distancing and as much as turning your back on people who are senior citizens or what have you. It doesn't even matter who. If people are being encouraged to be distant, do the opposite. Okay? I even heard somewhere today that someone said they're telling people not to hug and kiss their own children. What kind of nonsense is that? Never stop hugging and kissing your children. You don't need to be a genius to figure out that one. Come on now. Are you worried you have it? Go get tested and find out if you're a carrier or not. And if you're not, then that really gives you a reason to not be afraid. Call their bluff. Propaganda at its finest, that's right. But then, fool me not, that's perfectly legal in this country, isn't it? We were talking about the Smith-Mundt Act in my stream earlier, fool me not. The one that says it's perfectly legal for the government to spread that propaganda. A lot of people didn't even know that legislation even existed. And I pointed everyone to my favorite YouTuber, Richie from Boston, for information on that. It's going to be okay. It's going to get rougher. I wish I could tell you otherwise, but everything in me says we got to hold on and hang on. It's going to be a bit bumpy. But again, this is where faith comes in. If you ask God to help you through this, and you mean it, He will. I would not be here talking to you if that was not true. That's right, and there are videos out there and articles of medical professionals explaining to you exactly what it is and what it is not. Well, before anybody goes calling anybody a liar, look it up for yourself. Fool me not. I happen to know he's not lying about that, but then we run in the same circles as far as Richie from Boston and other truthers are concerned. So some of this is news we already knew. Some of these things a lot of people don't know. So please, if you doubt, go investigate. I have no design or intention to mislead anyone. Just the opposite. Truther means wanting people to know the truth. And I want everyone in the sound of my voice to know the truth about the state of the world, about what's going on. That's true. I've heard that one too. Well, that's good, White Wolf. I'm glad you're finding other good, positive channels to get good information from. Fool me not, I'm thinking for maybe next time I go live and you're there, if you wouldn't mind having a link or two to post to share with people. Maybe some of the medical professionals that have come forward explaining exactly what corona is and what it is not. I think that would be most appropriate. If we can give people a shortcut to the information they need, that would help. I'll spread the word to my other Richie peeps as well. Thank you, Fulmina. I will say this clearly. This coronavirus is not the greatest danger we're all facing right now. The greatest danger comes from the people that are pushing this propaganda, who are installing fear in the hearts of men. I said it earlier in my stream this afternoon, and I'll say it again. If you've been led to believe your whole life that the people who are quote-unquote in charge, government officials, elected officials, if you're programmed enough to believe that those people are acting in our best interest, I hate to tell you, they're not. And that doesn't make you crazy to know that or believe that. For thousands of years, people have had problems with those who govern them. We're no different. Countries rise and countries fall. People revolt. There is precedence for people saying enough is enough. And my hope is that everyone who's not a part of the people that are spreading the fear, the people in so-called control, I pray the people would rise up and do the right thing. There is no shame in helping one another. There's no shame in loving one another. Those things are always the right things to do. There's no virus that means more than that. Again, there are many ways you can reach out and help people without coming in any kind of contact. That's right, we should be happy with what we've got where we are. We're alive here today, and we all, at the end of this day, still have much to be grateful for. The people who love you still love you. What a treasure. The order and schedules and routines of our accustomed everyday life have been altered all over the world. And if that's not enough to get your attention that something's going on, I don't know what to tell you. Except to research and investigate things for yourself. Some of us, like Fool Me Not, my other Richie and Mike Decker peeps have been doing that for years. Thank you for joining me tonight. Years, that's right, Fool Me Not, years. I've watched Richie for years. Before I ever had a channel. Same thing with Mr. Decker. I watched them both for a good while. Richie more. But at first I just listened and paid attention and continued in my own research. White Wolf, I'll keep sending people your way if they have any survival questions. And I know you can always offer up some good advice. In fact, White Wolf, it might not be a bad idea to make a video about some important survival tips, especially in times like this. And spread that message, White Wolf, hashtag no fear, everywhere you go. Would you please? I spoke with Donna earlier today, and she went up to the bank, and she says the banks are going to be closing. So consider that as well. Once again, I tell you, while you are able to, calmly and peaceably and safely go acquire things you need. I didn't say things you wanted, I said things you need. And acquire those items for trading and bartering. Even if they're products that you don't necessarily use yourself, there's somebody out there who does. Well, that's cool, White Wolf. If you go live, I'll do my best to be there, sir. And I hope you all will. If you're not subscribed to White Wolf yet, please subscribe to him so you'll know when he goes live. Hit that notification bell. Thank you, White Wolf. I appreciate it. I feel that's a very important message to be spread right now. You know, the devil's a bully. And bullies don't like it when you laugh at them, which I enjoy doing, by the way. I do enjoy laughing at bullies. And bullies don't like it when you ignore them, which I also take great pleasure in doing as often as I can. Do the same thing. White Wolf, make sure you tell people what they need to know right now. Pray first and ask God to tell you what to tell people, and then don't worry about it and just do it. Shoot from the hip, baby. And White Wolf, keep checking in with me and I'll keep checking in with you. Check up on one another. Even if it's somebody you're at odds with or disagreeing with. Call him an asshole if you got to. But tell him you love him, if you love him. Show it. Especially if it's been a while since you've said it. It still doesn't hurt to say the word. Even if you can't say anything else right now, say that. That's the most important thing. Above everything. You gotta say, I love you, you big asshole. Say it. But make sure you include the love. I can think of a few assholes out there that I know I still love. I can't deny it. I'm not gonna deny it. And I'm certainly not gonna cave into fear. Certainly not. Hashtag no fear. Spread it far, spread it wide. Now, there are many communities that have resources available, especially for families with children. I just received a paper shoved in my door from the people that run the place where I'm at, citing some restaurants around the local area that are offering either free meals or free meals for children. If you have access to that kind of information, please do share that out with other people where you live, because a lot of people may not know about it. The more we talk and communicate with one another, the stronger we are, both on and off the tubes. A lot of bad things happen when people hide their head in the sand and just go la 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 la. I don't know what's going on. Find out what's going on. If you've never been the kind of person to find out what's going on, for the love of God, now is the time to find out what's going on for your own self. For heaven's sake, ignoring important things doesn't make them go away. Ignoring problems doesn't make them go away. Ignoring very real situations doesn't make them go away. And everything we are all facing as a race, as the human race, right now, right here, on the face of the earth, is more important than any and all the nonsense going on here on the tubes or anywhere else on the internet. YouTube's not the only place where there's nonsense going on. But there is no hateful video. There is no hateful comment. There's no hateful live stream or any kind of other hate that's been thrown around on and off the tubes that is more important than helping one another right now and not having fear and showing love. If you have love, if that words come out of your mouth about that for someone, stop talking about it. I mean, tell them you love them. That's fine. But prove it. Show it. Let that love out from where you're keeping it and let it show. Now's the time. That's okay. Richie from Boston, my favorite YouTuber of all time. I love you, Richie, in case you're lurking or listening or watching the replay or being told about it. I love you, Richie. But we're all an asshole to someone, aren't we? There's somebody somewhere that just, they go, ugh, when they see us, for whatever their reasons. They may have a valid reason, they may not. Most likely, they don't. But even if they do, love them anyway. Plus, it's just plain good fun to love on people who are hateful because they hate it. If that's not enough reason to love someone, I don't know what is. Because it just makes them so mad and they die, screw all that. Love them anyway. We're an hour and 29 minutes in. Thank you for being here. It's nice to have a place to just chill, isn't it? I'm very grateful. Enjoying our quarantine streams while we can do that, Sadly, I don't believe we're going to get to do this forever and ever. So I'm enjoying these times even more. What Van Halen song? Well, hello, Dana. Hi. Yes, Fulminat. I'll certainly go look. Thank you. In fact, Fulminat, if you want to find that scripture and actually share it in the stream, you're more than welcome to. Dana, I'm glad you're here. Well, good, Dana. That's cool. And Dana, I noticed that Ernest troll showed up in your stream. Be on guard. That one's a troll. Okay, honey? You do what you do on your channel as you see fit. But I'm telling you now, Ernest is blocked on my channel for good reason. So judge for yourself and make a wise choice. All right, well, stay wise, stay sharp. And Dana, we're asking people to spread around hashtag no fear. That's a message that the whole world needs to hear. So in every video, every chat that you're in, every live stream, every video you make, every comment section, if you all could sprinkle that in there, hashtag no fear, I'd be grateful. And other people will be grateful, because that's a message worth spreading. Good, Dana, stay alert. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm your friend, Conscious. And I'm just telling you what I've learned from experience. And it's up to you what you do with that information. I'm glad you made it here, Dana. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry, you went live as soon as I was going to. I would have been there if I could have, but here I am. Good, Dana. Please keep spreading hashtag no fear along with the other one. Thank you. Love and prayers to Billy in Australia and all the people there. I was kind of hoping he'd jump in here tonight. He might yet, we don't know. It's daytime for him right now, so I don't know if he's at work or... I don't think they're under quarantine in Australia. I haven't kept up on the latest. But we sure do pray for Billy and send him lots of love. Well, thank you, Dana. I appreciate that. Spread those messages that need to be spread. Damn the consequences. Just do it. Thank you, White Wolf. We need to be turning towards one another and helping one another, not turning away and hiding away and acting all paranoid and frightened that suddenly the neighbor next door who didn't have any problems with any virus, suddenly don't be afraid that everyone surrounding you is a carrier. That's nonsense. Don't fall for that. Well, go where the Lord leads you. I can't get around everybody every day, and we're not expected to. But if someone's on your heart, on your mind, go see how they're doing. Go tell them you love them. Go check up on them. I love that little wolf emoji. That's so cute. Thank you, everybody, for taking some time to chill out and relax with me here in Nez Studios. We had a good time having fun with our art. We made a beautiful gift as a thank you to someone who made a beautiful gesture earlier today. In appreciation. White Wolf, I think some information that would be helpful to people. You've already done the making fire. You've done gathering water. I think now would be the appropriate time, White Wolf, to instruct people on some things they can gather in the wild for nourishment. Without killing something. Yeah. Okay, kudos to the hunt. And it's emergency situations, going to be coming up. And those who hunt to get food, I have respect for, because you're using the animals for what they're here for. But you don't have to go there. There's other sources of food out there in nature. So if you're not of a heart or mind to go hunting, hunt for the right roots, the right plants, the right trees. There's barks of trees. The white pine, I believe, is the one that if you peel the bark off, there's protein underneath that bark, and that's completely safe and edible and nutritious. There's videos on that. In fact, there's a wealth of videos out there that instruct you on what nutrition is to be had from plant-based sources out there in the wild. Please, please, I can't stress enough to use all that information out there that's available for your benefit right now. Take notes if you have to. But learn as much as you can while you can. Well, that emoji means a lot to you, White Wolf. It's part of who you are. Yes, you gotta help people who aren't gonna really go hunting or be into killing a game animal for food consumption. People might change their mind about that as time goes on, but for the time being, try to bring some peace and comfort to people who don't go there and just show them what is out there without having to kill an animal. Yes, teach. If you have information on things like that, share it. Make those videos. Don't worry about how fancy the videos are. It's not about editing at this point, sincerely. Just get the information out there. If you have knowledge on medicinal plants or edible plants or other uses for certain plants out there, please share it. If you have recipes for people who don't have a whole lot, but you know how to make food out of not a whole lot. My grandma had a gift for that. Share that information. I promise you, every bit of good, positive information you have to share, there are ears that need to hear it and eyes that need to see it. So don't feel you're wasting your time. If it's on your heart to share those pieces of information, please do, however you can. And one more time, if you have any links to other channels that are positive and helpful, particularly at this time, and you want to share them in the stream, go ahead. That's right, fool me not. It's never wrong to help someone, if you can, if you're able. That is what we are here to do. And when the evil powers that be, that control our governments, are telling you to turn your back on people, that should set off an alarm in your brain going, this is not right. That should set off alarm in your soul that that's not right. Don't be afraid and don't be motivated by fear. Don't be intimidated. It's a choice to be afraid. Choose not to. That's right, Fulmina. Nobody's saying that getting through this is going to be easy. Quite the contrary. But the way to get through this is to stay calm, to not be afraid, and to love and do the right thing. And you don't have to be of a certain faith to do the right thing. Thank you, Conscious. As you venture out in the world to gather what supplies you have, or to go to work, or whatever you're allowed to go out in the world to go do at this point, please do it calmly. Please do it peaceably. Please keep eye out for where you can be helpful. And be helpful. And I can't stress enough, acquire those items for trading and bartering, because I promise you, you're going to run out of stuff you need, and you won't be able to go to a store so easily. So think ahead. That message is on my heart to share over and over, so that's why I keep saying it. In hopes that somebody somewhere will hear that and pay attention. Right. That's right, White Wolf. We're all here for a reason. At this point in time, in this part of the timeline. And we're certainly not put here to ignore one another. And we're not here to live in fear and intimidation. We're not here to tear one another down for believing differently about certain things than other people. All of us have spirit inside this mortal body. These bodies will dissipate and return to the earth as they are supposed to. But this existence is a learning period. Classroom Earth, where we learn and live and grow. You don't overcome anything by avoiding it or pretending it's not there. You only overcome by going through it. Money probably will be obsolete. When the time comes when people are trying to force you into making a decision that you really don't want to make, that you feel in your gut is completely wrong, resist it. Say no to it. Consequences be what they may. In the end of all things, making the right choices for the right reason, no matter what you're being told, is the right thing to do. That's right, Fulmina. And whether you believe in God or not, let me tell you, He's real, and He's watching, And he knows exactly what all of us are going through. And he sees and hears all. And he knows the opportunities that come along in each of our lives daily that we have to help someone. And if we choose to not help when we can and we should, that's not going to go so well for you later. Let me tell you that. that's not going to win you any bonus points with the Almighty if you do that, okay? Satan will give you the thumbs up, but that's not who you want to impress. For those of you who are living in doubt and skepticism and fear and are not coming from a place of faith, I'm so sorry, and I pray for you all. But take this opportunity in this time of tribulation to take a stand in faith. If you've never tried it before, try it now. If you've never tried Jesus before, try him now. Because believe it or not, everything that's going on right now has everything ultimately to do with God and the devil. We are caught in the midst of what is essentially, at its bare roots, a spiritual battle. One that's been going on for thousands of years. And we just happen to be caught up in it. Well, not just happen to be. We're supposed to be amongst this. But again, this is a place where we grow and live and learn and make mistakes. And make changes where we need to make changes. All right, Dana, thank you for coming in. Lots of love to you. That's right, love your enemies, bless them that curse you, do good to them that hate you, and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you, both on and off the tubes. Love them anyway. Love them anyway. Nothing drives the devil crazy more than people loving anyway. And don't be stingy with your love. Don't just love people who you think deserve it. Because the commandment, the greatest commandment is love, and we're supposed to love one another. And nothing makes the devil quite so mad as when you're obeying God and not him. And who doesn't like making the devil mad by obeying God and being good? I do. I like to do that. I like to piss in the devil's Cheerios every chance I get, with every prayer I pray, with every message of good and positive that can be spread. I know that burns his biscuits, and good. Let him burn. It'll burn like the rest of him someday. That's right, Dana. That's right. Every little thing will be all right eventually, but we got a road to go before we get there. And I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise. I'm trying to tell all of you in the sound of my voice to have no fear and stand up and do the right thing, no matter the situation. None of us in our lifetimes have ever seen happen what's happening here now today, have we? Oh, we've seen wars and disasters and terrorist attacks, or so-called terrorist attacks that were really staged events by a very evil Illuminati that has control over quite frankly, the whole world. The devil was given dominion of earth. Don't forget, if you're ever wondering, well, why does God let this happen? Well, you know what? The devil was given dominion over this plane of existence on earth. That's scripture. Look that one up. So that might explain some of the evil that goes on. And God sees all and knows all, but he also has a plan and he has a will. And he's also given us what we need to stand and fight when we need to. And he provides for those who trust in him. So never be afraid to do the right thing. Never. Good sense should tell you that. Fear will make people do a lot of things that they wouldn't normally do. Fear makes you turn your back on people who love you. Fear makes you turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to evil that goes on around you. Do you want to be that way? Is that how you want to live your life? Screw other people as long as you have what you need? Where do you think that's going to get you? Even all your hoarding and supplies you're keeping to yourself, they're going to run out. Okay? So no matter what you think you've got stored up, it's not going to last, okay? Change is coming. Change is happening. And we've got to roll with those changes. And we've got to pull together and trust God to get us through this. All the distraction in the world doesn't change what's real and what's true and what needs done. I can't stress now more than ever how important it is to love one another. That's right. I said earlier in my afternoon stream, and I'll say it again, if you doubt the words of Jesus Christ, try them for yourself. Read the Beatitudes and try living them and see what happens. You don't have to say a word to anybody. Just try it. Try feeding the hungry. Try clothing the naked. Try comforting those who mourn. Try it for yourself and see what happens. Before you go doubting and naysaying one moment more, try the words of Jesus and they will prove themselves to be true and good. Well, good, White Wolf, because they're evil and they're behind so much of what's going on. If we put the effort in, it's not going to go unrewarded. Whatever you put out there, whatever energy you put out there, it's going to come back to you, and several times over. And it may not come from the direction that you've put energy into. It may come from somewhere unexpected. But there is balance and there is justice. Call it karma if you want to. But it simply is what it is. What you put out there will return unto you. So be mindful of what you put out there. And if you put a lot of bad out there, you can change. You don't have to continue putting bad out there. No matter how bad you've been, and we've all been bad, not one of us perfect. No matter how imperfect we've all been, that can be forgiven. But if you want that forgiveness, and I think at our very heart and very core, we all do. That's our nature to want to be forgiven for what we've done that's been terrible in the sight of God. Even if it's things that nobody else knows about or you don't think anybody else knows about. God knows. And all of our actions, good, bad, and otherwise, we're going to have to be accountable for. So it's never too late to choose to do the right thing. Doesn't matter who's around you. Doesn't matter what you're being told. You know in your heart, that tug in your heart you feel when you're doing something maybe you shouldn't be doing. Hello, that's your conscience, your spirit, the one that God made inside of you. That is you, telling you, hey, that's wrong, don't do it. Listen to it. Now more than ever, listen. Let's close tonight with the Lord's Prayer. If you don't know the Lord's Prayer, now's a great time to learn it. If you choose to pray with me, please bow your heads. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forever. Amen. Thank you for being here with me. Remember to have no fear. Remember to keep loving one another and do the right thing no matter who's saying what to you. We all have the capacity to do that. Let's use it. And check up on one another, okay? That's right. Jesus is the only way, but some people don't believe that yet. But maybe as time goes on, more people will see that. Try Jesus. See how he does for you. Not in a snarky way, not in a going into things unbelieving, but with an open heart and an open mind. You give him a try. He won't let you down. I promise. You have a great evening. I love you. Stay in prayer. Keep doing the right thing no matter what people may say. I love you all too. Have a great evening. God bless. God willing, I'll see you guys whenever the next time I'm supposed to go live. For all I know, that could be later tonight or maybe tomorrow in the morning for a coffee talk. I don't know. But whatever happens, God willing, I will be there tomorrow night to have more fun with my art, no matter what kind of art it might be. Thank you guys for being here. I love you, Fool Me Not. I love you, White Wolf. Love to you, Dana. Love to everyone who came by this evening. Thank you. It was a wonderful stream. Thank you for being part of it. God bless.